Hi there, Chris here again, part 2 of this 2-video series on 10 tips for you to boost your productivity and that of your team and your organization. So in order to know whether we're actually good, bad or indifferent as a team, we need to benchmark ourselves. We need to benchmark ourselves in sense of our productivity and our output. Look at the best of breed out there. How much are they producing? What's their unitary cost? We must be able to benchmark ourselves against the best in order for us to drive strategies for incremental improvement. It is always about incremental improvement. So there we have it. I just said it in the last slide, did I not? We must benchmark ourselves against the best of breed. There's data out there which we can pull into our analyses and say, well, actually, we're actually 8th percentile behind on the best of breed in sense of gross profit for this market sector. But we can only do that once we do the benchmarking exercise. Innovation, huh? A bit of a buzzword today, is it not? And how many sectors and industries are truly innovating? I'm not so sure they are. So we must focus our attentions on doing things better, more effectively and more efficiently, driving up that value chain, putting bigger smiles on your customers' faces. There are always better ways to do things. I'm convinced of it, but the challenge is to create a process for that innovation. Get excited and engaged with the team and say, right, we're going to innovate 3 to 5 ideas through to evolution over the next 18 months. Get an innovations program. Get an innovations facilitator, someone who does it day in, day out to help you and team through. But now, more than any time in history perhaps, innovation is going to be the key to separate competitors. It's a little bit like the old time and motion. We must monitor and evaluate. In the Belbin team modeling language, there's actually a role called the monitor evaluator. And the role of those guys and gals in his team is to be sober and strategic, but also to be dogmatic and scientific in monitoring exactly what we're doing and how much value it's adding. So we must monitor, evaluate all the way across that supply chain in order for us to understand the value that each step adds. And to be honest, this is the most important recommendation for you today. It's around culture and leadership. If you have authentic, transparent leaders who excite the workforce, who excite the teams, they're just going to give so much more unconditionally. So it's that leadership challenge to set the tone and culture of the organization, to excite the workforce, to acknowledge and respect that workforce for the value they add and the hard work that they do. And that can create huge gains in productivity very, very quickly over a short space of time. So that's it. Enough from me today. 10 tips there on boosting the productivity of you, your team and your organization. I hope you took something from that today. I'll see you soon.